What's up, everybody? It's your man's KJ the Great, and I'm dropping some news in the sport of women's MMA, women's boxing crossover. And for y'all that don't know, if you've been living under a rock, as I say sometimes, the silent assassin, 13-1, former WBO middleweight champion, the current or former undisputed super middleweight champion, now unified super middleweight champion, the silent assassin, Savannah Marshall. She made her MMA PFL Europe debut. Now, you guys may know Claressa Shields made her PFL debut a while back in TKO fashion in the third round. And Amanda, the real deal Serrano, she recently signed with the PFL as well. Now, Savannah Marshall made her debut today, and she got a first round TKO. So congratulations are in order to the silent assassin. Like I said, she got a first round TKO. She showed some really good things in the ring. You know, her power was there. When her opponent tried to take her down, her defense was there. She almost took the back of her opponent at one point, but she got back to her feet. And the power ultimately was too much for her opponent to deal with, because a lot of people forget Savannah Marshall, she is a big woman, a big, fighter for a woman. She fought Claressa Shields for undisputed at 160, which is middleweight. It was said that on the night of the fight, she rehydrated to almost 194 pounds, 197 pounds, I believe it was. So she's a big fighter. And this fight, her MMA debut was 160-pound catch weight. She came in at 160.8. Her opponent came in at about 158.4, somewhere around there. So slightly smaller, but no knock. As far as the experience, I looked up her opponent. She had about 50 plus fights, I believe it was, in kickboxing. So there's no slouch or no knock on Savannah Marshall getting this knockout. Now, a lot of people are going to draw interest to this because of Claressa Shields. In her debut, it took her 3 rounds to get the stoppage. Her opponent in MMA was like, I believe, I want to say 3-9, so a lot more experience than Savannah Marshall's opponent, which was 1-2 in MMA. But this is going to draw interest because a lot of people have been calling for a rematch, at least boxing wise, between the two when it comes to boxing, because Claressa Shields beat Savannah Marshall unanimously. Now, the thing that people fail to realize is that boxing match was so heavily built up due to the amateur win that Savannah Marshall had over Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields was 77-1 in the amateurs, and Savannah Marshall was the only one that handled those losses. But nonetheless, she went on to become 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Now, you go back and look at the footage of their amateur fight. You can make your own assumptions, but the world, after seeing the video, collectively said that Claressa Shields won the fight. I'll leave that for you people up. I'll leave that up for y'all to discuss that. But Claressa Shields won the boxing match unanimously. Okay. Now, Savannah Marshall did say she was campaigning for the rematch, but she didn't feel like she was going to get the rematch. Claressa Shields told her, I was already undisputed at 160. I came into your background to become undisputed again. So if you want the rematch in boxing, come into my background. And I feel like that's only right when it comes to boxing. Now, when it comes to MMA, this can honestly go down as a neutral type of fight, because Claressa Shields, she's now 2-1 in the MMA. She won her first fight by TKO. She lost her second fight by split decision. A lot of people gave her respect and props. She grew in that second fight. And she won her third fight by split decision. which was the right person won the fight. Now, in my opinion, I think Savannah Marshall, she does need to have another fight before she fights Claressa Shields in MMA. Not that their experience levels are massively different, but only because you want to see more. Does this first round TKO call for them to get into the ring? Yes. But where Claressa Shields is, she has the better trainers down there, Jackson Wink, with all those guys that train like John Jones and all of them. I think she needs to get another fight under her belt. That way we can see a longer fight and she can get the rounds in and the experience in order to deal with certain things in the cage that she usually wouldn't deal with as far as in boxing. So what do you guys think, man? I thought it was an impressive win from Savannah Marshall. Her power definitely, like I said before, was on display. What do you guys think, man? Do you think she should get another fight in before she fights Claressa Shields in MMA? They called her into the ring and they were talking, yeah, let's get it on, blah, 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 all that. Or do you think they should just go right into it and make arguably one of the biggest women's fight in MMA to date right now? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace.